Alright, hello everybody. This is Jennifer. I don't know if it's taking a picture of me.
Yeah, I see your face.
He sees my face.
Normally
I don't know how to work a camera yet. The smartphone is still kind of dumb for me. I just got it a day ago. So I want to introduce you to a friend of mine named Lou. Well, I'll let him do the talking. He likes to talk.
No,
He's good at talking.
Before you do that.
Before I do that.
Before you do that, let me hold the camera.
He wants to hold the camera.
Okay. First,
he's going to interview me. The tables have turned.
A little bit about your background, young lady, please.
My background?
Okay, not the 20, not the 24-hour one, but give us the.
I'm 33. I'll be 34 in a few weeks. I've been in Pueblo for it'll be 2 years on October 15th. 2 years I've been here in Pueblo. Right now we're sitting in the Dunkin Donuts, chilling.
What's been your experience before you came to Pueblo?
I've had a lot of, what is it? I'm a Jill of all trades and a master of none. I get bored. I have ADD, I think, and I just...
Okay, what about your personal life, my dear? Can we talk about that?
Life?
Reason behind what you do?
I don't know. Again, ADD. I've got like 5 boys on the line. I don't know. My personal life. I was orphaned as a kid. My oldest brother died when I was young. Part of the reason why I'm trying to work so hard with Lou here is because a lot of people my age, whenever the economy went to crap, they had family that they could stay with. Like a lot of my friends, they're living in their parents' basements or what have you. I didn't get that luxury. I had no options. I even went home to Texas recently, and
how old were you when you first hit the road or left home?
The first time I was homeless or on the streets, I was 14 years old.
Okay,
so that was right before my parents died. My mother was really sick with cancer, and she couldn't even get out of bed. My father kind of lost his crap. He was an upstanding member of this community. He did construction. He was a fireman. But he got sick, or he ended up going off the deep end emotionally when my mom got sick.
And he was a fireman, and the firemen's union didn't come out to help?
Well, he's a volunteer fireman. So he was the captain of the Bullard Volunteer Fire Department. So,
which department, may I ask?
Huh?
Which department?
The Bullard, Texas Volunteer Fire Department. My Uncle Keith was the chief until not too long ago there.
Okay, and this is just a little insert, and forgive my interruption, but coincidental, my grandfather, Casper Principie, great-grandfather, Casper Principie, the Casper name's been in the family for years, named after St. Casper of Italy, was the fire chief in Reggio Calabria in Italy when the earthquake struck Sicily.
Oh, wow.
He saved hundreds, if not thousands, of people's lives.
Well, because of my father's firefighting lineage, his father and my great-grandfather, my uncle, I have many generations of firefighting in my family. It's actually the reason why I want to join the Pueblo Fire Department. I've been talking to the guys at Station 3 on Evans, and been trying to get my guns going.
All right.
I got to pass this thing called the CPAT, which is a physical endurance test. So luckily, where I work, I get to lift tires and. So
where you? So you're not really homeless. Let's see here.
Well,
you're working for.
I'm working. I work at Grease Monkey in Pueblo, West Colorado.
And what do you do all day?
Whatever my boss tells me to. Terry and Josh, my bosses, they're pretty cool. I have no idea. I'm learning about cars. So
anything he tells you to do?
Well, not anything.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I do, But mostly I do courtesy. I'm a courtesy technician there at Pueblo West. Now, what was I saying? It is a good opportunity to learn how to work cars. I'm getting my muscles, for the fire.
So you're trying to be an example to all women who think that they're stuck in a situation, especially an abusive one, that they can't change, or maybe they don't want to change because they don't know what other options are available for them.
I guess you could say that. Oddly enough, the place where I work, my ex worked there a few months ago. Actually, one of the exes that put me in the situation that I was in, actually. So he used to work there. Oddly enough. Coincidence? Probably not. I didn't even think I would get the job there because I had applied for 400 jobs. So I just was applying literally everywhere I went. And
Now, let me, if you don't mind, and you could edit this, and you have children that you lost because he had more money than you? Is that the bottom line?
That's a different story. That's a lot different now. Billy had nothing to do with any of it.
Okay.
So,
okay. But you've been through hell and back.
A little bit.
A couple of times.
More than once.
Okay, so have I.
I'm like, I'm a, what is it, a phoenix?
Out of the ashes, I'm the same way.
Right?
Hey, keep in mind, I was like in a coma.
To be about you.
No, I'd rather tell you it would be easier, because you're a lot prettier to look at than I am, okay? But basically, I've been in a coma for 10 years, having 30 milligram of OxyContin 6 times a day, occasionally with hydrocodone, plus Ambien, plus if I go in the hospital, they give me hydromorphine.
And I was in a similar situation.
2 milligram every 4 hours, and then every alternating 2 hours, deoxy. I'm lucky I'm still alive coming out of the hospital.
I've been in a similar situation because of my health issues. I was on opioid pain relievers for a number of years. Eventually I put myself on methadone and then later Suboxone. I've been off of the Suboxone and opioid. It's
another addicting drug.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going from one drug to another.
For over 4.5 years now. So
I got tired of being in a fog, and I really got tired of people taking advantage of me.
Yeah.
And they drug you up and then they steal your money. I literally have.
Yeah, I had that. My car was stolen when I was on all those opioids.
I literally have a complaint into Securities and Exchange Commission, how a man's given me phony stock certificates and has borrowed millions and millions of dollars with phony stock certificates, and they don't do a damn thing about it. And then I also have the FDIC report that, could you give your children in high school $500,000 each without anything in the file, and they don't even work in McDonald's, or they're in grammar school or high school. It's on the report.
Let's turn the table.
And hey, no. You're a lot better. No, because I'm looking at you. I'm looking at your reaction. I'm playing off. You're like my audience right now.
Oh, joy.
Okay, you are my audience. Okay, my history. Grew up at the Waldorf Astoria in New York. My dad was a cop. He didn't make probation because he got tired of watching.
People want to see what you look like. Here we go. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna turn the tables. All right.
Okay, but I still need to be eating my bagel.
All right, eat your bagel.
Oh, hi. No, it's not polite. Well, we also need to teach people, things like it's not polite to chew in front of people.
Yeah.
No.
I don't care. Yeah.
No. I have my number one favorite thing about Pueblo. Now I gotta be careful because I'm the marketing guru. I'm the marketing maven, whatever you want to call me, the real estate expert. So I'm tossing up if I should say it's the Italian restaurant we went to yesterday or the people. So I really don't know all the people. So far I would have to say, and keep in mind, ask all your friends the definition of a lie, or actually tell them what your definition of a lie is. So my definition of a lie is any communication to deceive, even omission, is a lie. And attorneys definitely say they can't live by that, and most business people say they can't live by that. It's a lie. If you're not disclosing everything, if you're not doing full disclosure, it's a lie. It's something wrong.
I agree. Honesty is the best policy, and that's made me lose a lot of friends and a lot of business opportunities.
I do police investigations. I find police corruption. I've had, in front of witnesses, 2 death threats on my life. I've had 2 attempts on my life. But I'm like Serpico. I'm like that movie back in the 70s. I'm not corruptible. And a lot of companies will not hire me because I also discover the corruption in the corporations as well as the police department.
I was fired from a company, a nonprofit company, because I was a whistleblower.
Well, you know, the biggest problem and what we're asking the citizens of Pueblo to do is just pass a couple of laws that if you've done wrong, cop, employee, city employee, corporate officer, whatever, number one, you realize you've done wrong.
Yeah.
And that whatever decision you make,
people need to be held culpable for their actions. Pretty much.
You might not think about why was Jesus Christ a carpenter. You have to see the finished product before you start.
Yeah.
Okay, and you didn't look when you were first tempted or whatever to make some extra money or bring some drugs in or whatever. Satan threw the hook out there. Satan knows psychology better than you and I.
Oh yeah.
How does an ant eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And actually your minds have been programmed to think that it's okay what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because Satan doesn't want you to know this is an illusionary world. You do realize you're going to die, okay? That's a fact of life. The only difference about me and you is I know I could die at any second.
Yeah.
Okay? I was given that 18 years ago, and I'm still here. And again, the doctor about 4 years ago wrote to the Canada so I go see my grandkids because I have very limited life expectancy. And all this stuff's going to be up on my website and included in the reports. I mean, I've got no reason to lie, but I do want you to know that Christ died to forgive us. So confess what you've done wrong, try to correct whatever. We work together as a team.
We all want the same goals.
And you keep your pension, you keep your job. We want you to keep your job. We want to have the people of Pueblo to agree to pay police officers and firemen at least $100,000 a year. I was a cop. I got shot at.
It is. I mean, a lot of first responders don't get nearly enough money for what they really do.
We risk our lives every day. And even the military risks their lives every day.
And
how do we let ammunition manufacturers make billions of dollars by killing our children?
Yeah.
And regardless of what country, they're children. They're Heavenly Father's children. And those of you that have been not aware of it, go read your Bible. Okay? The very first page in Genesis, from the oldest book, we're all Heavenly Father's spirit children. We're made in His likeness. He is a spirit. A couple of chapters later, then He made Adam. You are Adam and Eve. You need to choose right now if you're on God's side or you're going to be building up your kingdom. And if you don't think this affects you, it does. It affects everybody. The actions you make. You own stocks. You own stock certificates that you might be making hundreds or thousands or millions of dollars on. The people that are on the front line making that money, are they like the slaves in Egypt getting minimum wage? and you're making money off of their backs. You know, the only way to do it fair is either have a fair profit of 10% and share it with everybody. I don't see teams anymore today. Everybody's an island. Everyone's struggling. We're the invisible people.
We are invisible.
I was like you. I was making $38,000 a month. I was making $1,000 a day.
I didn't make quite $1,000 a day, but I made pretty good money there for a while.
In '85, I made $1,000 a day doing training for U.S. Home. And then when our corporation hired me at $2,000 a day, Stuart Miller. And you know, corporate records, no one wants anyone to know that I'm the guy that got their ass out of a jam.
Yeah.
Okay, and you could, George Matters, I believe he was a Stanford graduate, Bob Strudler, Harvard and Yale, Stuart Miller, all these guys that own all these major business corporations, you know, come to me, including a senator when he had problems with his development, and they hired me at $2,000 a day, and I solved their problem. But I've also, being a police officer in Hollywood, Florida, I was recruited by the FBI for a special assignment, and you can read all about that on my website on Quora.
ProfessorLou.com.
Okay. You want to repeat it again?
ProfessorLou.com.
Or
LOU.
Or you can go to Sell Your Way to Success.
Or SellYourWayToSuccess.com.
And or Knowledge College.
Or go to his Facebook page. Do you have a Twitter yet? Twitter's evil.
No. But
and I'll link it to my website, which I got to make today. Good times.
Okay, well, we need to also, or you need to talk to April Williams. April's up in Mississippi. She, like you, was an abused child. Matter of fact, her mother and father are still alive, even though the mother and all four daughters were getting beaten every day. She went to her Baptist minister, finally confessed to him, and he told her that if you divorce, you're going to hell.
Yeah, that's very common in my little part of Texas, too.
I'm sorry, he's the one going to hell.
Right.
They don't know, it's not their fault. Forgive them. You know, we shouldn't be shooting other people's children or putting our children. My son went into the military as a young boy, young man, 18, 19 years old. He came back. The things that he saw and the things that he did.
Yeah, it changed
Our
him.
children shouldn't be able to see things like that.
No.
But our children, their spirit children, our enemies, or what we think Satan has divided us. If we go to back to Caesar's day, gosh, Caesar went to Gaul and he said, Beni Vidi Vici, I came, I saw, I conquered. Est Gaul is in English, and I had 4 years of Latin. I was supposed to become a Catholic priest, and I'm a baby of an Italian family named after St. Casper of Italy, and gosh, I was dragged to novenas, and the corruption in all religions started by man. And I was talking to two college students the other day, and you know, they were quoting the Bible. I said, well, wait a second, do you realize how many times the Bible is being rewritten by kings and emperors to control the people?
It can be used as a tool for control, but it can also be used as a tool for enlightenment, too.
Well, there was a movie out maybe 10 years ago called Stigmata, about the wounds of Christ. And anyway, they sent a priest from the Vatican, and he found out it was true. that she was bleeding the wounds of Christ. So then they sent a hit squad of priests to kill the lady. And the good priest asked the bad priest, why are you doing this? And right then on the screen it shows, because we don't want anyone to know about the Nag Hammadi documents found in 1945. These are original scriptures from Christ to some of the apostles that have been hidden from the world, locked up under armed guard until about 1960 or 70, when they were locked up at the University of Cairo, and then they got too much pressure and they let scientists come in.
All right, the video is getting at 20 minutes, so we're gonna cut it short.
I
for
love
now.
you, my brothers and sisters. It's all about, if you've done wrong, confess, let's go on. If you haven't, we're also asking the people of Pueblo to approve an immediate Citizens Commission as of right now, and that we're going to review all the cases of corruption that are told to us. And if you don't confess, and if we catch you, minimum 10 years in prison, and you're going to lose all your assets. I mean, you've got maybe 40 more years on this earth life, if that. And the solar eclipse, for most of us, on the closest level I think man can get to God, and I say that at every level I get, but most of us crowdsourcing throughout the world on the eclipse started smelling the earth on fire. I love you, my brothers and sisters. I don't know who I am, but maybe one day you'll be able to tell me. And
I don't know who I am most days either.
thank you.
All right, so that was Lou.
Good. Can I finish my bagel now?
He can finish his bagel now.
Okay.
I've been keeping him hostage. You'll probably see more of him later. I'll post more videos another time. Bye.